Alright, hello boys and girls. Apologies for the wait, but yeah. You're seeing another video here because, yeah, I've been doing some special scans, and if you watched the last video, we actually got the Unknown Zone second time in a row. I'm pretty sure people are probably jealous of me now. There's probably people that have spent hundreds of pounds trying to get this and have only seen it a couple of times, or may have even seen duplicate opponents. But anyways, we got an Unknown Zone. No time to talk. Let's just go in. Again, we don't have a good catching power one. I might want to use that special attack one later, so I'll just save this for when I fight that Rogue Mega, and we're gonna use this one to go in, actually. Because you cannot get any treasures once you're in the Unknown Zone. I'm also not sure if you can encounter these Pokemon more than once. I haven't actually checked that yet, so... Yeah, and these are set in stone. You cannot change what Pokemon it is, by the way. Okay, alright, good. It's Coballion. I was confident it would at least be something. Alright, seeing the patterns we've seen before, Coballion is likely going to be up top again. But first, because these mimics are likely going to get in the way, otherwise we're going to have to use Waterfall to probably destroy all of them, so I can more safely climb up this ledge here. Okay. Girl, those pills. I've learned from just playing these types of modes that we kind of need to go for the Pokemon up top first if possible. And also, since we don't really need any other Pokemon, it'd probably be better to just walk around without one. So your character's usually pretty evasive. It can evade most attacks just running normally. I'm just gonna quickly look here. Each of these Unknown Zones does sometimes look slightly different. I think the only difference is because it's unknown and they want to make it interesting, it seems like it's always large and more often than not gives this specific pattern. But of course, each of them is still different, so you still have to figure out where the ladder is to get up top. Okay, we finally found it. Ugh. Yeah, the worst part about it for me is just trying to freaking get to the Pokemon, not necessarily catching it, but getting it the other way. And because of how tricky they are, we're probably going to try and back catch this one this time. If we can even find it. That's if we know where it is and we can find it. One thing that's also interesting is the mythical is almost usually by itself, and once you know where it is, it'll be in the same spot again if you reload. And yes, I'm not sure if I mentioned this yet, but there is a trick to this. Once the pattern is set up, it is also set in stone, and by that I mean, if you try going around to a different area, normally in our games this would probably reset your current location. Because that doesn't happen here, though, you can just keep resetting it until you check enough of the area to find the mythical, and then later you can just go right to where the mythical is and try capturing it right away. Because, of course, there is still the ever-glaring timer. If we actually fail to catch this, then we'll have to go back and get another Unknown Zone to later catch this. We did make it the last time that we came here, too, but unfortunately it looks like we're not getting as good of a pattern. I Believe me, this is probably the most frustrating part of the entire mythical encounter system, having to go around the entire region just trying to figure out where this Pokemon is. If it's not on that side area, surely it's not on this too. Or is it here instead? Okay, this is where the other trainer was. Okay, something tells me it's not actually in the normal area I expect it to be, which is the rooftops. Actually, we didn't check this upper area yet. Not hearing anything different either. Oh, well, it looks like you either burnt down or the Pokemon didn't spawn or something else happened. I don't know. Anyways, this is why we have reloading now. And this game has a unique save feature where if you come back, it'll always spawn you at the start of your hyperspace journey with full donut bar once again. Meaning you can restart your search as if nothing ever happened. Well, this ended up being extra frustrating this time around. I think the only other place it probably could be is either on this ice spot or on the second ice spot. So I guess we're looking here now. Of course, these bigger wild zones are so massive, it takes forever to check them. We'll have to probably go around the entire the region if we want to have a good chance of finding this vein. Based off of where I checked, we probably shouldn't be going up top. I wonder, by the way, is there a random setting where sometimes the Pokemon you want just refuses to show up? If that's actually the case, that would be extra trolly, because then we'd have no choice but to basically remove the entire wild zone and try again to have it actually like spawn in a reasonable location, because if not, I don't know what to do. Ah, see, I knew it. It had to, if it wasn't on top of the ramp, it was probably gonna be in a corner somewhere else. Alright, we found Coballion, but it took a reset or two to find him. Meanwhile, these other Pokemon keep trying to get in the way as well. All these Riolu and Lucario are trying their hardest to get in the way. Too bad they're not too far by here. I go for, just to make it slightly easier on you, the Pokemon you usually want is usually very isolated. Alright, gonna try and start off with a sneak attack. Not sure if we can get to it in time now. Oh, okay, we're not even close enough to it to stun us. But we're also not in the right spot to back attack it. So you have to just kind of... Okay, well, that was never going to work. Oh, and right as I say that, I catch it on the first try. Okay, well, that saves us a lot of stress. Wait, that got caught so fast it didn't even give me the objective. Wait. Why didn't it... That's bugged. It's supposed to give you an objective to do here, but we just caught it first try and then it didn't do the objective? I never seen it do that before. Usually there's an objective that says, catch Coballion, or something like that. For some reason they didn't have that. I don't know why. Sorry, that was so weird. I don't think I've ever seen that happen before, but... Well, I guess that's proof enough. We caught Coballion. Less Pokemon to worry about. Still, let's do it, because we won't get the 10k points for surveying it. Like I thought I would. And so that makes it extra harder to do this, which is super annoying, man. By the way, if you don't get the zone you want, you could also just straight up remove it entirely. And by that, I mean, like, you can just literally do another special scan, and it will replace the bad scan, either the battle zone or wild zone that you don't need, hopefully with an unknown zone. Anyways, yeah, there you go, guys. We got another Pokemon. But anyways, since I said I would try to show me trying to get to a special scan fast, I'm gonna show you guys by far the fastest way to get a special scan in case anybody hasn't had a chance to watch the other videos. It's actually pretty simple. Really, all you really want to do is just make sure you drop a save before these in case something goes awfully wrong. That way you will always be able to complete it no matter what. Anyways, we're going to do a simpler setup than what most people do, but you could still do this fine as long as you're ready for it. Alright, so anyway, now that that's done, we're going to enter this. As you can see, I'm too lazy to use the strategy of Annihilate plus Gorgeist because I have not built either of those Pokemon yet. And I kind of exhausted myself playing through this game a lot, so I feel like it'd be more interesting to try something else, because Excadrill is just as strong, if not probably even more broken. Some of them. He has a ridiculous attack power you can get to as well. Really, all you really want is to go in here, use a Screech with one Pokemon. That lowers the main Pokemon stats, and then you just use Swords Dance before attacking, and then you can kind of do a lot of damage fast. For us, we're going to probably use Iron Head and Drillon. This is not the best setup, so we're probably going to take a little bit longer. But keep in mind, this is without a Mega form, obviously. This is currently non-Mega damage. Gotta go forward here to get some more stuff, and now we can Mega Evolve. We can see the aura around as well. If it ever fades, then we need to use Screech again to lower its attack again. Yeah, it looks like it did fade when we did that cutscene, so we're gonna have to pop on Lucario quickly to Screech. And we can Swords Dance before going for more attacks here. Okay, well that's at least allowed us to do a much better chunk than we were doing the last time, that's for sure. This is without super affecting, by the way. If we had at least one super effective move with Excadrill right now, we'd probably be doing even more damage. Since we have so much damage, let's just not attack. And because Excadrill's also poison steel, and this is why I like him, he won't get poisoned, so we can just have him out here the entire time this is going off and be fine. And the same actually also goes for Riolu as well. I'm just saying that because that's what his nickname is, by the way. Alright, so yeah, really, we don't have to wait around. It's not like we're taking a large amount of damage anyway. And so yeah, we just use the same setup, Swords Dance and Iron Jades, Swords Dance, and then Drill Run and Iron Head over and over again. The strategy isn't effective, but since Excadrill is so good, this will probably beat most of the Rogue Mega Pokemon pretty easily, as well as give you quite a few options for hitting them super effectively. Okay, he's almost dead. I don't want to use another Screech, so we'll just finish him off. And that took, what, only a few more minutes than normal? And it still ended up being pretty quick. Obviously, some Megas will take way longer. My personal unfavorite is Banette. If you don't want to do the trick that I do, then what you want to do, in fact, to set up the trick that some people sometimes do is just go to any Pokemon Center. It could be anyone, it doesn't really matter. And if you ever get a trolley spawn spot, like for some reason they decide to throw it up in like the weirdest, for some reason they decide to throw the 5-star wall zone in literally the corner of the map where you don't like it and you can't like get to it fast. then yeah, that's kind of bad, because then you have to go back and do other stuff instead, and it just gets so awkward to do. Then what you want to do is, I think I'm being a little excessive, but yeah, you want to save your progress and then use the bench. And if you fail to get in a good spot, or you get like the net or someone you don't want to fight, then you can just refresh exactly the same you did. As long as you saved within a reasonable time frame, it'll hopefully not autosave, and then before the game is able to autosave, you can just refresh it again and try it again. But anyways, this is actually how Lucha, which is perfect. I think he's also one of the next easiest Rogue Mega, so we are going to take this on. And this time, instead of using the trick we did earlier, we're going to use Metal Sound instead, and then Calm Mind instead. So Lucario is just a really great Pokemon for that reason to have on the team, because he will allow you to use stuff like Close Combat or stuff. You can also change out his Metal Sound. I mostly have that for farming the Wild Zones, because that Bullet Punch is really good at destroying stuff really fast. But anyways, we got a pretty good spawn. So now we'll just drop a save before going on, make sure Lucario's the active Pokemon, and then we're going to go for him using our other secret. We actually got pretty lucky too. Our move is Special Attack Power level 3, so we should be able to actually beat this Rogue Omega slightly faster. Even if we're a little bit lower level, we should still be able to beat it fairly quickly. And whenever you run out of these, you want to go for donuts again. If you want to just take out the Rogue Mega, then try to focus on red specific power donuts. Those can sometimes give you either attack power or special attack power, which will work great depending on what Rogue Mega you want to fight or what strategy you use. Alright, we're gonna Metal Sound right away, and then before he does anything else, we're gonna just start using Calm Mind first before just Moon Blasting away. And because Gardevoir is being played, we can also use Wish to heal ourselves if we need to. The only problem with special attack versions of this is it takes a lot longer to defeat the Pokemon that you're going after. Not to mention, other crazy things can happen. Okay, we got our Mega Evolve now. But I saw Metal Sound is about to run out. Okay, we're gonna have to actually attack right away here. Oof, just in time. That was really scary. Oh, look at that. One attack. That was one attack with the Screech off, and that did almost a fifth of his HP there. Did you see that? That was insane. So as you can see, as long as you have Screech with our subs, you can still do pretty good damage to some of these Rogue Megas. Especially if you target your weakness. The first thing you saw was without targeting your weakness. This is with targeting the weakness. Just having Metal Sound for a special attack-based Pokemon, or just Screech for extra drill, which are melee attackers, makes these fights so much faster. And yeah, we did that in less than 2 minutes, it looked like, or more around just under 3 minutes. And it's like that. We got a bunch of warm berries and a golden R. So doing it this way, you can get another special scan within 15 minutes. And because it's the Megas, you get a whole assortment of items. But mainly, you get a bunch of berries, which you can then use to keep repeating this strategy. And then, as for the donuts you want to make, yeah, we're going to do this. And by the way, I am going to make this video longer so I can show you guys a little bit more tutorials on what to do in case certain things happen. Anyways, we're just gonna go for a little bit of everything because I don't really care about the setup it is for making donuts. And we're gonna use these for like our 5-star wild zones typically. And we'll make 3 of these, I think. These could be good because they can give you some treasure runs and mega power charging, which may help you stay in mega form for longer. So yeah, we'll do this. Alright, now for the offensive ones. If you want the ones that are offensive capable, then you want to focus mostly on red. This includes stuff like, Hyper Colba berries, and stuff like Chalon and Rosy berries. Those are the ones that give you the most attack power. If you don't have any of those, you can also go for these Mindo berries all the way up here. They'll still be pretty effective at giving you some points. And then, since we don't really have much else to do, we're just gonna throw in a couple of these and one of those. You can also try to go for more things that boost attack power, and yeah. We're gonna do this, and then this will be one of the ones we could try using on a Rogue Mega encounter. This will give us some good stats, too. And, oh, it gives us speed, so we'll attack faster, but, I might have to ditch that, because look what it gave us, catching power all types. That is kind of the one you really want for those, mythical and extra tough Pokemon that take longer to defeat. Anyways, let's just... So, anyways, yeah, if you get those red donuts, though, unfortunately I didn't get a good one, but, yeah, they are kind of random, but you could just keep making a bunch of them, though it all really depends on which berries you get. Sometimes you just won't get many. Alright, we are going to actually do the safety strat again. But yeah, all you do after this is, if you're worried, just set a save before you do the bench. Then use the bench and see where your wild zone is. Or the Rogue Mega is. If it ends up being in like a rooftop or a really awkward place, then you can just cancel it entirely and just not do it. I have no idea what that is. The problem is with these also is you can't see what Pokemon you're attacking. That's one unfortunate side effect of this game is you can't see who you're actually fighting until you actually go inside. And now I've made a save here. If I try to go back, I can no longer refresh it. I know people that are better at the shadows might be able to see more of what's going on. Yeah. Well, let's feed this one for now. And just kind of go for that. It did help we had special attack power level 3. That kind of boosted us with a lot of damage. That could be why we did so much. But also that Pokemon was just extra weak to Psychic and Fairy types, I guess. Okay, this one's fine. Instead, we just beat with water types anyway, so it's really not a big deal. And we're using offensive moves this time, so we want Screech specifically. This is kind of a hard person to dodge, though. Yeah, he does lots of damage. He can be a little tricky, I guess. It also doesn't help that Gyarados, the Pokemon I'm using, doesn't have Sword Stance right now. So it'll take a little bit longer to defeat this Rogue Mega, but I'm not using Extra Drill against this thing. If you ever face fire types, you'll want to have a strong water type in their place instead. It could be either special or attack, it doesn't really matter, but that's usually the safest way to beat them. Alright, we got our Mega form pretty quickly, but Screech also fell off rather quickly. Not fun. So we'll use Screech again. We'll just quickly break that block over there so it doesn't explode later. Now it's in Mega form, we should take out a little bit faster. Okay, just the one water move is doing decent damage, I guess. Not the best that could be, but it's still being okay. One of the more annoying things about making the strat work fast is having to reuse stuff like Metal Sound and Screech again. Oh, I just realized with how weak our attacks are, we'll probably do better using Dragon Rush. Yeah, let's try using Dragon Rush a bit more instead. Okay, we're gonna just try these first. And probably could be a little annoying to attack sometimes. Oh, we also shouldn't be moving them nearby. His Camperup's ability is he'll blow up near himself, which can be awkward to deal with. Okay, one more Screech ought to do it. Since it's kind of a harder battle, we should probably use Screech one more time to make sure. Whoa, why did you jump like that? I've never seen that before. Okay, so this one probably took a little bit longer, but that's fine. My goodness. Dude, you see I'm just hopping around so fast out of nowhere. Okay, well, we're gonna need to Mega form again, but also maybe we don't. We just use enough of these moves until Mega form. We could just use a plus move to take him out instead, but nope, not quite. Oh, but he's also weak enough. We could probably just defeat him that way. Alright. That was a bit of a slower run. We probably could have skipped that one, but again, I'm not familiar with these low levels. I'm just gonna have to do that. Alright, surely we won't get a third unknown zone in a row. If you do get something that isn't what you want, you can just do another hyperspace special scan, or yeah, you can just do another special scan and it will replace the zone you don't want with a different zone entirely, and if it's a good zone, you can get some good stuff going. Alright, so we got a few barriers. If you are worried, you can go to 4-star wild zones or the 5-star wild zones you get to get more berries, but I'm not sure if I want to or not. You could also maybe get them from the 5-star battle zones, so at first you may want to do them, but when you can also do the same thing by going in 4-star battle zones in those Rogue Mega Pokemon, it just seems way simpler to do it that way. Alright, well, now we'll head back to the Rest Syndicate office and do one more of these. Note, you cannot refresh the special scans. Once they are actually active, the only thing that changes, they will remain in the map until you either do them, and then fail or leave successfully, or if you do another special scan on top of that. So if you don't want to do a Battle Zone one, then you'll have to do a separate one entirely. So anyways, we're going to do this. Just making sure I'm not being blind here. Oh, wow. Wow, 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 wow. Oh my goodness, what is going on in this game? Alright, you know, since my luck has been so great, frick it, guys. You're getting a 2-for-1 special. We're gonna do this guy as well. I know we just picked up Coballion, but like, oh my goodness, what is this RNG right now? Not every video is gonna be like this, you know. In fact, by the time we probably get to the end, we might just start getting duplicates of Pokemon we already have, but saving will kind of do us no good, by the way, since it's going to be about the same every time. Alright, well, catching power up types I said I wanted to use here. So we better use this here, then. What a shocker. I thought I was going to spend more time on this game more than I thought I would, but instead I got this. Wow. That's a little shocking, actually. Well, we spawn on the roof. Okay, this is way different. Okay, this is also a new one. Meloetta. Good. To be fair, early on you're probably going to get the Pokemon that is new at first, so it probably won't be too bad at first. Hardest part is just trying to figure out where to go for the thing. Alright then. Let's get Meloetta then. Alright. Alright then. By the way, if you're wondering, yes, this could technically still be considered a blind playthrough. After all, we didn't really know much of this before going. Ugh. Okay, looking at this part of the sound, doesn't look like there's anything really fun here. Well, time to drop down and explore the rest of the area. Oh, or not. We found them there pretty quickly, actually. Alright, let's keep trying to get a back strike this time. Oh wait, okay, so that was it, but I guess you just don't get experience points for this the first time. Maybe it's in a different zone that you get, but yeah, we got Meloetta now as well. So yeah, looking at our Pokédex now, we got Meloetta as well as Coballion today. That actually already puts us at 3 different Pokemon to catch, but this is where it might get tiring or take longer, because, yeah, believe it or not, I got 3 unknown zones in a row. That almost never happens, by the way. You guys are probably extra jealous of me. Oh, man. I know for sure I'm probably gonna get a Battle Zone or Wild Zone next. Just watch. It's gonna happen. But I guess that leaves us with 3 more Pokemon to go before we complete our Hyperspace deck. So, yay! We might actually be done with this game soon. Alright, well, long story short, I think I'm getting a little bit exhausted having to do this all the time. But anyways, now you know how to get these Hyperspace scans fast, huh? Just keep doing Road Mega encounters. Use Screech. Or use Metal Sound if you use a Pokemon that uses special moves. And use some kind of buffing move like Swords Dance or pretty much anything you can use. And if you have it, you can also use Focus Energy to make you crit more. And then you can just use a setting that just destroys the enemies. Or if you're extra bored, you can just use Annihilate plus Geese Trick or Treat Rage Fist combo to just destroy every single Road Mega. The only ones you really want to watch out for are those nasty fire types, because they can super affect your Annihilate, I believe. Those you want to use water against instead, and also I think they could burn you as well. That could be annoying. So just using a water type might help you deal with that a little bit better. Anyway, there you go, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment, rate if you enjoyed it. Hey, comment, rate if you enjoyed it. I hope so, because, man, this is extra interesting that we managed to get a couple of videos out this quickly. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video then. Comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.